Welcome to another episode of the Meal Prep Monday podcast. I'm your host and founder of Prep Dish, Allison Schaaf. Today, I'm talking about high protein breakfast, and specifically, I have 7 breakfast ideas that can help you get 30 grams of protein at breakfast. Before we dive into the content, a reminder that for the month of January here in 2024, if you sign up for Prep Dish or if you are a current subscriber, we have bonus protein boost menus. I'm really excited about these meal plans. I have been making all of the meals at home myself. I especially am enjoying the breakfast options. So each of those meal plans have a breakfast. The idea is prepping ahead one breakfast for the week. This morning, I had the frittata. It has mushrooms and chard and sausage and goat cheese on top, and so delicious. And it's great because I made it the beginning of the week. It's now Wednesday as I'm recording this, and I've been able to have a portion of that every day. It's left me feeling nice and full and also very satisfied because it just tastes really great. So that is on there. If you have not signed up for our meal plans, you can head to prepdish.com/MPM, short for Meal Prep Monday, and try us out for 2 weeks for free. This is a great month to do it because if you sign up in January, you will get access to those 4 bonus protein boost menus, as well as all of our, standing meal plans, the gluten-free, super fast, low carb. We have lots of options for you to choose from, but this would be a great month to check them out and just see if it's a good fit for you. And if nothing else, you'll get your hands on those bonus menus for free. Again, that's prepdish.com/MPM. Okay, so let's go through these 7 ideas for getting 30 grams of protein at breakfast. So I actually went through and did the math on this to make sure I was kind of accurate on the 30 gram claim. So the first one of my personal favorites. So Shakshuka is basically like a spicy tomato or like marinara sauce with eggs and sausage. And it's kind of trending on menus, or it has been over the last few years. I don't know that I see as much. I still see it anyway. It's on menus at restaurants too. We have a recipe at Prep Dish. I can link it in the show notes if it's on the blog, but it's really simple to make, just some sort of like tomato marinara sauce. You could even do like a store-bought marinara and then just crack some eggs into that. So if you have a shakshuka and you do a minimum of 2 eggs and 2 sausage links, that will get you to 30 grams. So shakshuka with 2 eggs and 2 sausage links will get you to your 30 grams of protein. It also is really nice with some crusty bread, gluten-free or otherwise, on the side. Okay, idea number 2 is cottage cheese bowls. This is one that's really flexible. You can, kind of dress it up however you want. You could even kind of change it up morning to morning. You could do savory or sweet, but cottage cheese is great because it's really high in protein. So 1 cup of cottage cheese is going to get you to 25 grams. So from there, just adding in 1 or 2 other items that can get you up to the 30 gram marks. For example, if you do 1/4 cup of sliced almonds, that would add 6 grams, so you would be up to 31 grams. And then again, from there, you could add some berries or anything sweet if you wanted to do savory. Some cucumber or tomato slices are really nice, but just, kind of whatever suits your fancy on that. Okay, option number 3 is just a traditional English breakfast. When I go out to eat, this is one that I kind of go back to, especially if I'm not sure which items, I'm personally gluten-free. So English breakfast is kind of a good fallback for me. Typically, I've seen kind of a different variety of items, but if you would do 3 eggs, that would get you to 18 grams, 3 slices of bacon, 9 grams, and then 3 ounces of mushrooms. Mushrooms are typical on an English breakfast platter. Just some sauteed mushrooms is 3 grams. There's usually also some tomato slices on there as well, but you're already at the 30 grams with the eggs, bacon, and mushrooms. Okay, 4th option. This is a great prep ahead one, and that is overnight oats. And oatmeal is one that people don't think of as being high in protein, but I've found that there's a lot of ways to kind of dress up oatmeal, whether it's overnight oats or even hot oats. There's a lot of ways you can get it to that 30 gram mark. So for the overnight oats, if you did 1/2 cup of dried oats, that's 5 grams. 2 tablespoons of chia seeds is another 5 grams. And I would actually let those chia seeds soak overnight. It's going to kind of be almost like a, chia pudding by the morning. And then half a cup of Greek yogurt is 12 grams. You could also do milk if you prefer. And then 2 tablespoons of almond butter or some sort of nut or nut butter is going to be 7 grams. So that will get you to your 30 grams. And again, this was one where you could do a wide variety of different fruits and nuts and seeds and kind of mix it up however you want. Okay, option number 5 is this is one I really like and I do at my house a lot. And it's chorizo, eggs, and plantains. And I usually do some spinach or green, some sort of green on the side as well, or sometimes even just like some lettuce greens. But I just really like the combination of the fried plantains with eggs on top and then the spiciness of the chorizo. I think it just kind of balances nicely. So the quantities on this is if you do 2 eggs, that'll get you to 12 grams, 3/4 cup of chorizo for 20 grams. So that already gets you to 32, but I did add in that this, if you do 1 cup of spinach, and that's like 1 cup of uncooked spinach. So cooked, that's going to be like a tablespoon. That's 1 gram right there. So, keep in mind the vegetables can add protein as well. Of course, I just always like to add vegetables. There's a lot of benefits to vegetables at breakfast beyond protein. Okay, number 6 is an egg-free hash. Some of these items do end up being a little heavier on eggs, so I tried to balance it out with some options that are egg-free, dairy-free, kind of all the different combinations. But I love a good hash, and this can be a very flexible term, but one that I like to do is sort of a ground meat with a combination of root vegetables. So sweet potatoes, beets, squash, carrots, mushrooms, like all of those things. If you do 1 cup ground meat, that will get you to your 32 grams. You could do a little less, like maybe 3/4 cup. And then if you add in sweet potatoes, beets, squash, all of those veggies are going to be about 2 grams a cup. And sliced mushrooms work really good in a hash. And again, those would be 3 grams for 3 ounces. Okay, and then number 7, and I did go ahead and include this. I think sometimes this gets maybe overused as an option for high protein breakfast. And I actually find it's personally not as satisfying, but I did include it. It's a good option, especially for grab and go or on the run. And that is smoothies. I tried to do everything else is kind of all real food. And even for this, I'm not really using protein powders in this. And of course, that's an option, but I was looking to provide kind of real food ideas. So for the smoothie, there's just so many different combinations you can do. But I think one thing is figuring out your base. So going back to some of those items we used previously. So cottage cheese, actually quite delicious in a smoothie. So you can do 1 cup of cottage cheese and that'll be 25 grams, or 1 cup of Greek yogurt. Also really good. We have a recipe for a cherry chocolate smoothie in our protein bonus meal plans, and that uses Greek yogurt, and it's so creamy and smooth. A scoop of collagen powder is 20 grams, so that's an easy way to get up there. Although there is some debate on, using collagen to count towards your 30 grams of protein. I think occasionally it's fine. You could also do, if you're looking for dairy-free, 4 ounces of tofu is 9 grams. Of course, always adding in things like almond butter to kind of get you up to your 30 grams. Some sort of nut butter will be, up to 7 grams for like an almond butter. And then, of course, adding in the fruits or whatever flavorings you want to, get your desired smoothie flavors. So endless possibilities there on the smoothies. Okay, well, those are my 7 ideas for some really tasty breakfast that will get you to your 30 grams of protein at breakfast. If you are looking for specific recipes, I would encourage you to sign up for our meal plans this month, and you can get your hands on those 4 bonus protein boost meal plans. Each of them will have a different prep ahead breakfast option that is 30 grams of protein. That's at prepdish.com/MPM if you want to try that out. Okay, that's all I have for this week. Oh, one more thing is if you are a longtime listener of this podcast and have not left a rating or review, I would just so appreciate if you could take the time today and do that. You've probably heard me say this message in the past, but if you have not done it, it just really helps others to find our podcast. So appreciate that. Or, if you know of someone that could use this episode, give it a quick share to a friend that might enjoy listening. Thank you so much. And I will be back again next Monday with another episode.